Um, this the great cultural movement uh, that began in Italy during early 1300 and spread all over Europe is known as Renaissance. So let's look the key points and uh, we will be discussing, we will be exploring a little bit about the Renaissance. It began in Italy during the early 1300 and it spread all over Europe. And the term Renaissance, uh, which derived from Latin, it derived from the Latin renascere, which means the act of being reborn, or in a very a common or the it signify the rebirth. Renaissance means rebirth. And cultures of Greece and Rome. So this was known as classical antiquity, the cultures, traditions which they wish to revive. So the Renaissance represented a rebirth of Greece and Rome cultures. The Renaissance represented a rebirth of Greece and Rome culture. These cultures, which they want to, revive again in this period. And Renaissance, you know, this is an important landmark in the history of the world, since it marked the end of the Middle Age. So Renaissance marked the end of the Middle Age. And the concept and ideas. So the Middle Age were, abandoned by Renaissance leaders. So um, all the concepts and ideas of the Middle Age, was abandoned by Renaissance leaders. And the study of theology, this study of theology, which was an important subject in the Middle Age, was replaced by the study of humanity. The Renaissance thinkers spent their time, studying the achievement of different cultures. They were, particularly interested in the cultures of ancient Greece and Rome. So the study of theology was, replaced by the subject by the study of humanity. And Renaissance began in Italy. Petrarch and Boccaccio were, the first Renaissance humanists. Petrarch, through his poetry, he defines, he described the human feelings, and Boccaccio, through his stories, he tried to, explore or describe human humors. Art during the late 1400 and early 1500 was dominated by three men: Michelangelo or Michelangelo, and then Raphael, Leonardo da Vinci. So the focus of the Renaissance art was realism. So this is also a very important point. It can be asked even in the UGC NET or any exam entrance exam. Like, what was the focus of Renaissance art? The focus of Renaissance art was on realism. So during 1400, Renaissance spread from Italy to the rest of the Europe. And then important, things to jot it down are, this Thomas More, Utopia. Utopia is the name of the book by Thomas More, which described the ideal land, which means utopia means an ideal land, kind of. Then the fall of Constantinople in 1453 had far-reaching effects. So this is also important, important point to remember. And enthusiasm for learning was one of the characteristics of the Renaissance. And then we have important interventions like printing press introduced by John Gutenberg. First printing press was set up in England by William Caxton. It was established at Westminster in 1476. Columbus discovered America. Vasco da Gama found the sea route to India via Cape of Good Hope, and Ferdinand Magellan was the first to sail around the world. So these are a very important things to remember, like for any kind of examination. And some of the well-known British mariners were Sir John Hawkins, Sir Francis Drake, Sir Walter. And Reformation we have the Reformation, which means religious movement that led to Protestantism. And it seems this seems to be the motto of Renaissance, like to bring life to the less. Thank you.